My name is Cindy Spoon, and I live in Denton, Texas. And I came down to Two Rivers Camp because I was inspired by all the water protectors and black snake killers up in the north. So that's why I'm here. And I really want to make sure to talk about these pipelines kind of as a group. You know, we're not just fighting Dakota Access or Trans-Pecos pipeline down here. There's also the Comanche Trail pipeline that's in Texas. The Comanche Trail pipeline and the Trans-Pecos pipeline, they both cross the Texas-Mexico border. And I want to talk about that a little bit. The thing that's important to me to stress is that these pipelines are racist, they are unsafe, and that they are illegal. We know that they're racist because Kelcy Warren names his pipelines things like Dakota Access and Comanche Trail. Out here we have the Apache Corporation getting prepared to frack this land. So, you know, these projects are literally mocking indigenous people. And we also know that it's racist because these pipelines are able to run across the border. Like I said, you know, this infrastructure can run across the border when human beings cannot move across these borders freely. We know that they're unsafe. All these pipelines are unsafe because the Comanche Trail pipeline, the one that runs out from El Paso through Mexico, also an Energy Transfer Partners pipeline. ETP collapsed 2 different creeks while doing the underbore process. That's the process that folks up north have been resisting under the river, the underbore process. And the federal government actually stepped in and put an injunction in. They stopped construction for 2 months because the federal government was worried about the integrity of the border wall. Because ETP was doing such a bad job underboring and they were concerned about the safety, they were concerned not about the water, you know, we're out here for the water, but our federal government has intervened on construction of these pipelines, of the Comanche Trail pipeline specifically, because they are concerned about the safety of the border wall, the integrity of the border wall. So they're intervening on that front. And I also want to talk about how these pipelines are illegal because the Trans-Pecos pipeline, for instance, it went through this thing called impermissible segmentation. That means it's an illegal pipeline because it should have had to get the same presidential permit that KXL had to get to cross the border. But instead, they're saying that this project is 2 different projects when it's not, it's one. They're saying it goes from Fort Stockton to the border and then stops. And then a new pipeline owned by Carlos Slim, the richest man in America, starts at the border and goes through Mexico. So that's illegal. So because of that, because they're not saying it's a federal pipeline, they don't have to go through the NEPA process, they don't have to get the presidential permits, they're only... Should I stop?
Okay.
Sorry. They're only subject to Texas regulations, so that's illegal. They're also illegal because they're using eminent domain for this project, and this project is not for the common good. It's an export pipeline. So that use of eminent domain is illegal. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. How did you find out about Two Rivers, and can you tell me just briefly, I mean, you're one of the first people down here. You've been doing a lot of work preparing this camp. Right. What do you want? I mean, tell me a little bit about that and what you want people everywhere to understand about what everyone has established here and what the mission is. And
sure.
Yeah.
I came to help start the Two Rivers camp with folks, work with folks out here because Two Rivers is going to be a space that's facilitating direct action. I'm here to do direct actions to stop the pipeline. And what I want people to know about that is that it's not over till it's over. You know, all the legal institutions have failed us, so this is kind of the only way that we still have to fight is direct action, and we saw how powerful that can be with Standing Rock. So I want to encourage people to do actions, and I know sometimes it looks kind of crazy. People don't see themselves as activists, or they don't see themselves, maybe they don't identify as water protectors, but there's so much at risk with these pipelines, there's so much at risk with water, and so when you take action, you are taking risk, but the risk of inaction is a lot bigger.